Hello again, Cheese League baseball fans. This is game number 80. Rampage versus the Steamrollers. This is the second in their series. Colorado Buchanan on the mound today for the Rampage, and Pope Mena gets the start for the Steamrollers. We watch game number 79. Of course, you'll know that the Steamrollers won 6-5 over the Rampage, as that one is popped up to lead off the game. Johnston is there for the first out. Kellen Webb steps in now. Get a look here at Mena, the Submariner, the only one in the league. Not a very accurate pitcher, but actually a little more mid-range on velocity too, and junk. Got him. Mena strikes out Webb. Good pitch selection there. And that brings up Sparks. Four-seamer, two-seamer, slider, and curve there for Mena. Again, the Submariner, 5.54 ERA so far. And there's a nice little breaking pitch going right back to Mena for the third out. So the Rampage go down in order. Go to the bottom of the first here. Dozen rolls, leads it off. Still juiced here. Steamrollers. And grounds that one to Sparks for the first out of the inning. That brings up Rocket, who's also juiced. Carries over from the previous game. Let's take a look here at Buchanan. More of a power pitcher, high on the velocity end of things. Mid-range on junk and accuracy. That one's off of Gilmore's glove. No chance there, so Steamrollers have a base runner. Hudson Hopkins steps in. Base runner, very good speed on first. Ooh, that was a close one. Just got Rocket lead in there. Again. Really keeping an eye on him. He goes. Oh, nice. That's Baker behind the plate. Nice toss to get the speedy Rocket. And 100 miles per hour on the gun there from Colorado Buchanan, but he walks Hopkins. That brings up Annika Proctor, who's juiced as well. In 306, 2 homers, 6 RBIs this season. While we can, let's take a look here at Buchanan. Four-seamer, slider, curveball, forkball, and changeup. And Proctor swings through that one. And she lines out to Gilmore for the final out of the inning. Talk a little bit more about Buchanan next time he's on the hill. Part of the order due up, though, for the Rampage here in the top half of the second. Kyan Baker steps in. And Mena's just grooving him in there, 1-2 on Baker, and got him. So Baker's down on strikes. So with 1 out, Miles Pruitt now steps in. Crossed off, or crossed up. I think that's best behind the plate today. 95 in the gun. Now where we'll see Mena hit in terms of MPH. He walks him. So that's what you're going to have with the Submariner, especially with somebody with such a low accuracy. The runner on now for Micah Gilmore. Steps in. The ball high. It's a good pitch to me. Perhaps it was a little high. Popped up. Crane is there with the second out. So 2 outs now. Peichel steps in, playing third base today. That one's grounded, yes. That was lined into right field. So now 2 on, 2 out. Valentino Chang steps up to the plate. Takes a ball outside, 96 in the gun there for me. That one's grounded right through the wickets up the middle. Dozen rolls, fires home. Play at the plate, he's safe. Just like that, the Rampage get on the board. They lead at 1-0. As McFreddy steps in, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. That was fouled off. One and two now, McFreddy. Almost got him chasing there, 2 and 2. And grounded, Proctor snow cones it, fires to Mena for the final out. Nonetheless, the Rampage get a run. They lead at 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. And Banjo Crane steps in. Crane had a big game. Game number 79. Rampage versus the Rollers. I think he was 3 for 3, 5 RBIs, something like that. It was quite impressive. And he's walked, so Buchanan walks Crane to lead off the bottom of the second. That brings up Kurt Johnston. And there's very high inside. 100 on the gun there. Really coming, really dealing today. That one's hit. Webb is there to put it away for the first out. That brings up Pace. He's having himself a good season, 323. And Shepard Pace hits a liner into right field. So a couple of base runners on for Alex Clark, the third baseman, today for the Steamrollers. See the Rollers fans in their chugga chugga choo choo blue. Grounded lightly to Gilmore. He goes to first. The runners advance. Now there's 2 outs. And runners on second and third for Cabrera, who's behind the plate today. So I apologize. It was not best behind the plate. It was Peter Cabrera. 0-2. There's a ball. Try to get him to chase going up the ladder. No, it's grounded. Sneaks by the bag. 1 run comes home, and 2 runs will score. So it's a 2-out RBI single for Cabrera. And the Steamrollers lead it 2-1. As the top of the order comes back up, Jericho Dozenroll steps in. 1-2 now, and Dozenrolls. And he hits that one, but Webb is right there for the final out. Rollers get 2 runs. Go to the top of the third, and top of the order due up for the Rampage.
The center fielder, number 3.
Cash Parsons steps in. Mena's 0-2 in the season so far, as counts now 2-1. Now it's fouled away. 2-2 to Parsons. Buchanan's 1-1. I should mention that as well. One's popped up. Dozenrolls is there for the first out.
Now batting, the left.
Kellen Webb steps in. Now he's at 0-1. Popped up and fouled away. 2-1 now to Webb. And now very high, 3-1. And he's walked. So Webb is on first. Lucian Sparks steps in. Average speed, I would say, on first base here for the Rampage. And Poke Main is feeling a little tense already. 0-2 here. That one popped up, and Clark is there for out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, number 43.
Baker steps in now. 2 outs, runner on first. That one's hit quite well. Let's see if Dozenrolls can track it down. He can't. Plays off the wall. Runner's coming home, and it's an RBI double.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Scores all knotted up now at 2 here in the top of the third. That's fouled off.
Ball inside.
1-1 now on Pruitt.
That's down.
And low, 3-1.
Ball four, take your
And Pruitt has walked. So a little rough inning here for Mena.
Batting, the second baseman.
Brings up Gilmore's 0 for 1. Curve there.
That's inside. Nope, that's high.
2-1 now to Gilmore.
Off the plate.
And off the plate, 3-1.
Ball four,
And I
take your
think
base.
Mena has lost all sense of control here.
Now batting, the
See
third
what the
baseman, number
Rollers managers do.
pitching,
Yeah, they
number
pull him.
39.
Nixon's going to come in
Inside.
relief of Mena. Here in the top of the third. As Peichel steps in now. 2-1 now. Is the count? That one's outside. And there's a floater in there. Full count. Peichel pops that one up. Clark goes back. Puts it away for the final out. So the bases are left loaded. Rampage get 1 run though. They tie it up at 2.
Now batting,
We go to the bottom of the third. And Roquette steps in. He's 1 for 1 today.
Nope, that's high.
That one's popped up. And that's going to be in the crowd. Or on top of that Rampage dugout. Nice high gas there inside. That one's grounded to Peichel for the first out of the inning. Hudson Hopkins now. He walked his first time up. So the ball low. Mentioned Buchanan is 1-1 on the year.
Nope, inside.
It's a ERA of 6.20 at this point in the game. 42 pitches as well. There's a strike. Full count now at Hopkins.
Take your base.
And Hopkins is walked. His second walk of the day. Good eye there.
now batting, the first baseman,
Brings up Proctor.
number
0 for 1. There's a pitch in the dirt. Keeps it in front of him though, so a chance to advance.
Inside.
3-0 now to Proctor. There's a strike. Buchanan works back, delivers,
Take your base.
and Proctor's walks, so 2 straight walks here. Runners on first and second now. Banjo Crane steps in, who also walked his first time up.
number 19.
Ball high.
1-1 to Crane. Hit very well into center field. Does that have the distance? It does. To the deepest part of the ballpark. Banjo Crane, 3-run homer, 431 feet. His 3rd homer of the year, 15th RBI. And the Rollers lead it 5-2. Chugga chugga choo choo indeed. Buchanan is pulled now, and Frazier comes in. You'll remember Frazier from
Low.
game number 79.
Ball
Came in relief in
inside.
that game of Simon. That one's hit quite well into left center field. That's going to be extra bases. So a little double here, and the Steamrollers keep the action chugging along.
Now batting,
Shepard Pace steps in. He's 1 for 1 today with a single.
number 40.
Frazier's juiced though. That one's hit very well. Does that have the distance? It does. Shepard Pace with the 2-run dinger. 423 feet. His first homer of the year, 5th RBI. The Steamrollers take the 7-2 lead. Alex Clark steps in now. That juiced pitcher, Frazier here, doesn't really make an impact. Juice hasn't really made an impact in general across the Cheese League. That was popped up to Parsons for the 2nd out of the inning now. That brings up Cabrera, number 9 hitter. He's 1 for 1 today. Looks at a strike there from Frazier. And gets him chasing it. 0-2 now.
Off the plate.
And Try to expand the zone.
Strike three.
Got him swinging over top of that one. So Frazier's down on strikes, or Cabrera's down on strikes, I apologize. The Steamrollers get 5 runs in the bottom of the third, though.
The first baseman.
They lead at 7-2.
29.
8-9-1 due up now for the Rampage. Chang steps in. He's 1 for 1 today.
Inside.
Popped up. Who's going to get there? Who's going to get it?
You're out.
Crane is going to be there to put it away for the
Now batting, the right
First out.
fielder, number 7.
McFreddy steps in. He's 0 for 1 today.
Off the bench. Steve.
That one's hit quite well. Doesn't rolls, camps under it though
You're out.
for the second out.
Now batting, the center
That brings up
fielder,
Parsons,
number
leadoff hitter
12.
who's juiced.
Off the plate.
Nixon looking tense out in the mound, but has been working away. That one's a fly out to Johnston for the final out of the inning. Rampage go down in order. The top of the order coming up
Now
for the
batting,
Steamrollers here in the bottom of the fourth.
center fielder,
Dozen rolls steps in. He's 0 for 2.
number 10.
See, Dozen rolls hit 106 this year. Only 2 RBIs, no homers. Really a guy with lots of contact and speed you'd like to get on the bases. Not having a good season.
That's outside.
2-2 now. It's a dozen rolls, and he froze him. Good pitch there from Frazier. He's down on strikes. Rocket steps in now. Lines that one. For a foul.
Inside.
1-1 now.
Ball.
Ball
High.
way high, way inside.
That's
And
inside.
again, 3-1 to Rocket.
Take your base.
And he's walked.
Now batting,
That brings up Hudson Hopkins, who's
now pitching,
walked as well.
number 23.
Twice today, in fact. Speaking of walks, Walker Newman comes in out of the Rampage bullpen.
Ball high.
And 2-0 now on Hopkins.
Inside.
And 3 straight balls from Newman.
That's ball
And
4.
ball 4 now.
Now batting,
So
the first baseman,
Hopkins has walked his 3rd walk of the day. That brings up Annika Proctor with 1 out, runners on first and second.
Nope. That's
And Newman seems to have lost the strike zone. There's a strike. 2-1, Proctor. Now 3-1.
Take your base.
And Proctor's walked, so Newman comes out of the bullpen, walks a pair of Rollers hitters.
fielder,
Banjo Crane steps in. He's 1 for 1 today.
Ball high. Strike.
And got him swinging. Got him all off balance there. 1-2 to Crane.
Foul
It's
ball.
fouled away. Crane had that big home run last time up. 2-2 now.
That's inside.
And, oh, almost got him chasing. Full count.
Ball 4. Take your base.
And he walks Crane, and there comes a run.
now batting,
So the Rollers now lead it 8-2
number 11.
as Johnston steps in. And Johnston pops that one up. McFreddy is there.
You're
They're going to send the runner. They don't. They dare not challenge McFreddy's arm in right field. Shepard Pace steps in. He's 2 for 2. He had a home run. His first of the year. His last time up. Base is still juiced. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th here.
That's low.
Now let's hit to Gilmore for the final out of the inning. Rollers leave the bases loaded. Nonetheless, they get another run. They lead at 8-2 as we go to the top of the 5th.
The left fielder, number 2.
Brings up Kellen Webb. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Rampage. And Webb hits that one into right field. Ooh, that gets past Crane. That allows Webb to advance to second. A little leadoff double here
Now batting, the
for the
shortstop,
Rampage.
number 18.
As Sparks steps in 0 for 2 today. Grounded right back to Nixon for the first out.
Now batting, the catcher, Now pitching.
And we're going to have a pitching change. Steady's going to come out of the bullpen. Kind of the long man
Ball low.
for the Steamrollers.
Ball high.
That one's popped up right in front of home plate.
You're out.
Cabrera's there to put it away for the second out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 15.
So 2 outs, runner on second now. Pruitt steps in. He walked twice today so far. And quickly 0-2. And popped up
Out.
to Proctor for the final out. 8-9-1 due up now in the bottom of the fifth for the home team Steamrollers.
Baseman, number 16.
Ball high. That's low.
Should mention the Steamrollers improved their record to 6-9 as that one's hit into, wow, Parsons with a nice diving catch. He's put on a defensive clinic out there in center field the past couple of games. That one's hit quite well, but curves foul down the left field line. Cabrera steps up to the plate.
Nope. Outside. Foul ball.
Rollers are now 1.5 games back in the Cheddar
Ball
division.
high.
The Rampage have a half-game lead over the Grazers in the Cheddar division. And it's grounded to short for the second out. Jericho Dozen Rolls steps in. He's rattled and juiced, so he is all types of confused up there at the plate.
That's down. Inside.
Inside 2-1. Newman delivers. And whoa, a little chin music there. 3-1 now. That one's hit quite well. Off the wall. Extra bases here for Dozen Rolls. It's a little 2-out double. It's exactly what the Steamroller fans want to see.
Now pitching.
That brings up Chuck Roquette, who's 1 for 2, and we're also going to have a pitching change. Simon comes in. And they're going to intentionally walk Roquette, who's juiced. They don't want to deal with his power.
Take your base.
Instead, they're going to choose to pitch to Hopkins, who's walked 3 times today. He almost has the golden sombrero and walks.
Die.
Swings through that one. Strike 1.
Nope. That's high.
Simon got roughed up by the Rollers hitters last game, and that one's a base hit up the middle. Runner comes home. The Steamrollers lead at 9-2. Annika Proctor steps up now with 2 on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. She's juiced as well. And 0-2.
Ball high.
Now 1-2.
Off the plate.
And now 2-2. Simon sets and delivers.
Ball high.
Full count. Hit very well. Down the right field line. Does that have the distance? Off the very top of the wall. It's a bases clearing triple for Annika Proctor. And Simon is pulled. Graham comes in. Simon has gotten roughed up by the Steamrollers hitters over the past couple of games. Banjo Crane steps in. 1-2 now on Crane. And that one's hit through the right side for a base hit. The Steamrollers, they have 10-runned them now. It's 12-2. And Kurt Johnston now steps in. He's 1 for 3.
Ball high.
2-1 now on Johnston. 2-2. And a base hit into center field. Runner going to third. He slides in safely. Runners in the corners. Shepard Pace steps in. He's 2 for 3 today. Already has a dinger. Foul down the third base line. 0-2 on Pace. And again, we'll reset Still 0-2.
Nope, that's high.
And got him. A 4-run bottom of the 5th here for the Steamrollers. They lead it 12-2.
The second baseman.
And boy, have their hitters really gotten to this Rampage bullpen. Micah Gilmore steps in and just launches one. An absolute tank to the deepest part of the ballpark. 457-foot jack. Gilmore's 4th homer, 8th RBI of the season. It's now 12-3.
The third baseman, number 33.
That was a no-doubter for sure. Derek Peichel steps in now. Hits that one, and Johnson is there for the first out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 29.
Valentino Chang steps up in that. He's 1 for 2. That one's hit quite well. Did he just get under it? Yes, he did. It's off the wall. So Chang with the
Now
1-out
batting,
double
the
here.
right fielder, number 7.
Dallas McFreddy steps in. Chang runs quite well out there at second base, too.
Off the plate. Nope, low.
McFreddy hitting 205, 4 homers, 8 RBIs in the season. It's foul away. Grounded to Shepard Pace for the second out. The runner does advance to third, though.
The center
Brings up
fielder,
Parsons.
number 3.
Leadoff hitter who's 0 for 3 today. Not having a very good game is uncharacteristic of Parsons.
Outside.
Pretty steady all year.
Nope, inside.
No pun intended, as Will Steady is still doing work out there on the mound. That one's popped up. Proctor goes over. She leans in and catches it for the final out. Rampage get a run on Gilmore's solo shot.
Now batting,
I shouldn't even say solo shot, a solo tank.
number 16.
8-9-1 due up here for the Rollers in the bottom of the 6th. That one's popped up to Gilmore for the first out.
Now batting, the catcher,
Cabrera steps in.
25.
That's outside. Ball high.
There's a strike. 2-1 now to Cabrera. That one's line. Boy, that was a hard liner right at Parsons.
Now batting,
They hate those playing the outfield. Sometimes they'd knuckle when they came at you. Like it was going all over the place. Dozen Rolls steps in now
Ball high.
and hits one down the left field line. That's extra bases. That'll be Dozen Rolls' second double of the day. So maybe things are turning around for him. As Chuck Rockett steps in, he's 1 for 2.
Off the plate.
They're going to throw around him.
That's off the plate.
Actually didn't realize Rockett was a switch hitter. 2-1 now to Rockett. As you can see, Graham's
Nope, outside.
stats are all flashing all over the place.
Nope, ball four.
And Rockett has walked in. I think we're going to have another pitching change here as Hopkins steps in. He's 1 for 1.
now pitching, number
3 walks
25.
today. Sims is going to come in. Out of the rotation, I think the Rampage have exhausted
That's inside.
all of their bullpen pitchers. As that one's off of Sims' glove, Sparks recovers, and there's out number 3. Boy, have these Steamrollers hitters really gotten into the heads of the Rampage pitching
Now
staff.
batting, the left fielder, number 2.
So the Rollers looking to put it away here in the top of the 7th, and Kellen Webb leads it off.
Low. Ball high. Ball four, take the
And Steady walks Webb to lead off the top of the 7th. It's not what you want to see happen.
Number 18.
Sparks steps in. He's 0 for 3. Looks at a strike from Steady.
Nope, that's low.
Try to get him a chase. 1-1. There's a nice little curveball.
Inside.
2-2 now in Sparks.
Strike.
And
Out.
nice curveball there.
Now batting, the
Strikes him
catcher,
out.
Number 43.
Baker steps in. He's 1 for 3. I think that's what it said.
Nope. Inside. Nope. That's high.
And that's high. 2-1 now, Baker. And hard hit ball, foul down the right field line.
Ball. High.
Boy, this Rollers crowd is really into it here at the Motor Yard.
Take your base.
And Baker's walked,
Now batting,
so
the
2 on
designated
now.
hitter. Now
And we're going to have a pitching change. Elliott's coming out of the bullpen for the Steamrollers.
Ball. High.
You see some of the worry on the Rollers fans in the background. They'd really like to put this one away, and soon. Pruitt pops that one up down the right field line. That's going to curve and get into the stands. 2-1 on Pruitt. Popped up. Infield fly is called. Rockett is going to be there to put it away. Just like that, there are 2 outs. Rampage are down to their final out now.
the second baseman,
Micah Gilmore steps in. He had an absolute tank of a home run his last time up. And he does it again. That is, oh no, it's off the very top of the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes the second run. It is just a very, very loud, very
the
long
third baseman, number
2 RBI
33.
double there for Micah Gilmore. 12-5 now. As Peichel steps in. And Elliott's looking to put this game away. 0-2. And Cabrera kind of keeps it in front of him. And Shepard Pace with the leaping catch. And out number 3. Boy, that got scary there for a second. Steamrollers win. And boy, do they win big. It was a heck of an offensive game here. Let's take a look at the lines. 5-7-0 for the Rampage. 12-12-0 for the Rollers. Boy, they were just all over the map. They really, really got to these Rampage pitchers the past couple of games. Let's look at the offense. On the Rampage side, we have Webb, Baker, and Peichel, each with 1 hit. Micah Gilmore, 2 for 3. Homer, 3 RBIs and a walk. And Chang there, 2 for 3 as well with an RBI. That's how the and Baker also had an RBI, so that's how the Rampage got their runs. On the Steamroller side, this is exactly what Rollers fans have been hoping for. They've been hoping for this lineup to kind of match some of the pitching performances they've seen from their starting rotation. Dozen rolls, 2 for 5. Rockett, everybody had a hit actually. The exception of Alex Clark, who was 0 for 4. But Rockett, Hopkins, and Proctor, and Cabrera all have 1 hit. Banjo Crane was 2 for 2. 5 RBIs again today. 2 walks as well, 1 home run, and Shepard Pace, 2 for 4, the home run and 2 RBIs. Cabrera also had 2 RBIs, as did Proctor and Hopkins. Just an offensive showing all around for the Steamrollers. Let's take a look at the pitching. Nixon gets the win, though Mana didn't pitch too bad. Nixon does get the win. He improves his record of 2-1 in the season. Buchanan gets the loss, drops the 1-2, and you can see the amount of pitchers that the Rampage used this game. It was just a lot of pitchers. Just a lot of pitchers. They used pretty much their entire bullpen to shut down these Steamrollers hitters. Let's take a look at the top 3 players. Banjo Crane, 2 for 2. Homer, 5 RBIs and 2 runs today. Micah Gilmore also gets a shout out. 2 for 3, a homer, a double, 3 RBIs and a run. And Annika Proctor, 1 for 2, a triple, 2 RBIs and 2 runs. That's how game number 80 ends here, folks. On Cheese League Baseball, thank you so much for watching. If you like this game, please do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel, Geek Cheese, here on YouTube for all of your Cheese League Baseball action. Also follow us on Twitter at geek_cheese. That's where you'll find all types of updates for the Cheese League and other geeky and cheesy things that we like to throw up there. I'll do it for us today. Have a good one, folks. Steamrollers win. Take care. Bye.